Before we get into the action and everything, my friend, I will tell you who Jones is and what he did. Exactly with Lily. I want you so quickly to give us like, comment, and share, of course. Don't forget subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button and what? Don't worry about all these things. It's not like that I did it, but it will make a big difference to us, and it will make a difference in the channel is spreading. But let's start the video. The film begins in the past, and we are in the West America, and we see a girl named Lola. You go home now and meet there. Her brother, Jack smallpox, and that's it. They die. It really doesn't take long and it reaches a very good place. Lola and Jack come in to see his son and his wife in B. I find them dead, so he looks at them a little sadly after that. The whole house is burned down. Of course, they are injured, they have smallpox and cannot be buried normally. The important thing is that after that, Grandpa took Jack and Lola. He took them off and we know that he will take him to Texas. There they will live with their Aunt Tess. Now Grandpa takes out a piece of paper and gives it to Jack and asks. Jack said that he signed this paper. So when they asked, Jack turned away from the paper. So they sold the grandfather that this was a will that stated, when he means the death of the great earth, that you have a wish to go to Jack at this moment. They thank Jack and he extends the paper and after a while it arrives. Grandpa, Lola, and Jack are contagious like this, waiting there for the ferry to come so that it means they ride it and take it to the other side of the river and they continue on their way. But they will never ride. This ferry is now arriving at the place. A woman named Bill with the cutthroat and Bill D. You could say she's the boss of a gang and at the same time follow the bandits and are very wanted by the government to the point that the government, by the way, put it down. At the top of it is a prize worth $100,000, by the way. This number is very large in the past era. We are talking about this. The important thing is that Bill prefers now she is slouching her LOL. So the grandfather asks her to, she's away from her. But Bill doesn't listen, and you prefer to relax on it. So the grandfather's nerves come out. His weapon hits his bullet in the air so that it means he gets scared at night and she takes her gang and leaves. But she doesn't. She walks without taking out her weapon, and in a shocking scene, you hit the grandfather with a bullet that kills him and he falls dead. Then Bill's gang started beating Jack and Lola. It is preferable awareness. After a while, we will see Blue and her gang in a store. He belongs to a poor person named Marvin. Currently, Bill and her gang are starting to steal Marvin's shop, but Lola is tied outside. The shop is on one of Bill's horses, and now it's gone. She quickly loosens herself and a young man comes to her and we know this. Young man remains Marvin's important son. This young man talked to Lola and asked her if I want help. But if it weren't for her, I wouldn't care with his words. It kept on my mind they stole it from you. So she plays without it and asks for a son. Marvin is running away and she is trying to escape too. But the problem is that Bill and her gang hear her. They quickly kill Marvin and his son. And one of his men, Bill, is running after Lola after a while. He chooses to surpass Jack in the same place in which his grandfather was killed and he is still awake now. By the way, he doesn't know everything that happened. He decides to look for his sister Lola, and Jack takes some of it. He goes to the nearest city, and in this city he finds the people of the city are all out and one is arrested. One of the men is Cart Bill, and we say that he and his gang Bill killed Marvin and his son. So he goes and tries. Jack asks the arrested person where Bill means he will reach his sister. But people, they push Jack away from the place and beat him violently. They sold on the land, and at that time, Jack saw someone is kidnapping a girl, but he can't help her. After a while, Jack gets up again and goes to the man. The one who is executed is trying to talk to him before he dies to know his sister's whereabouts. But one of them, the people of the city, hit Jack. So he laid eggs with me on him again after a while. When Jack wakes up, he finds a gravedigger. His name is Eustace. And Eustace was at that time on the idea is to dig a father so that he is buried next to the person who it's gone. And science was their goal. Jack Lola, he now realized and knew that he was alive. The important thing is that Jack Eustace asks if he knows anything about Bill and how he reaches her. But Eustace denies knowing anything. At that time, Jack saw an Arab woman with Eustace's face. Oh, is this his car and he can borrow it from him or rent it? But Eustace knows that this is Arabic. His boss is Jones, who is currently not here. Here is Jones' medicine. Exactly where I would like to tell you, my friend. Jones was with the mayor at the time, the city, whose name is Billy, and we see that this is Jones. By the way, he is a short person. But he is. This topic is completely tempting to you because Jones is very dangerous. Despite the family and meal, evidence of this is that Jones is asking from Billy, the mayor of the city, $2 is the right to dig the grave. But Billy refuses Jones's $2 hand. He tells him to give him just $1 if he wants. The second one must dance and make us laugh. At the moment, Jones gets angry because he's never been with anyone. Someone is making fun of him, and so in the blink of an eye, Billy hits his leg and falls to the ground. Then he fixes the gun and takes $5 from it instead of $2. He then runs away from the place. At that time, he found Eustace waiting for him in his car in Recup is with him and runs away quickly. But Billy tells you one of them promised to go out after Jones, and they actually kill him. They go out after him. And at this time, Eustace and Jones prefer to run away while they are in the same breath time they fire on Billy's men and then a little while away from them. So they are in a safe place like this. And Biggs Jones turns his gun so that Gald Bailey turns around one after the other if he came after him. And while Jones does this and asks Jack now who he is. What exactly did he want from him? So they sold Jack himself. His sister was kidnapped by Bill, and she wants to. They help him bring her back and also present Bill to the government. And they take the rest of the prize that she has, and that is it. Its value is $10,000, but Jones still refuses. And now he sees Jones was one of his men. Billy, they arrived at him. So one of them was there, fear the rest, and he will run away and just take it. Now Jones Eustace, and they walk from the place. But Jack F., he takes one of his men's horses, Billy, and Pint finds it he was on his way after a while of all this. Jones Eustace is on their way and is being dismantled. Now Jack is sleeping on the side of the road in Beirut for Jones. It will be easy, but at this time Eustace will come. He tells him, instead of stealing from him, let's help him and take him. The prize money. So Jones thinks about the matter and why he turns it over a bit in his head and likes the idea. So Jack wakes up and they know that, okay, he will join them and work together until they deliver Lola and he frees her. And Jones tells Jack Ali the idea that working with him has only one rule. He hears his words. No matter how strange they are, Jack agrees from that moment on. He starts working together. On the other hand, we see that Billy is a mayor of the city, now brings two sisters named Simon and Malky, and he asks them to fire him, Jones, and they get rid of him for a respectable sum of money. They agreed, and on their way, they found themselves looking for Jones. As for Lola, we see that Lola was against her will. Currently, she lives with Bill and her gang, and she is Bill now. Lola is treated in a very brutal way, but Lola can bear it. And one time, Lola was walking with Bill, and her gang are now asking her to stand up in a place like this. It means you make a bathroom and beat off. Bill is standing there at this time. Lola, she gets hurt by mistake, and with her hurt hand, she touches a tree in her hand and prints it. She walks again with Bill and her gang. It didn't leave a trace in the place. After a while, they arrived, Simon and my king of the tree. Unfortunately, they see a sign Lola's hand is better than Jones and those with him. Therefore, they decide to follow the side. The second one, Gonzo, Jack, and Yost go somewhere. They buy horses from him to complete their journey. At the same time, he asked about Bill's gang. So they sold now that one of Bill's gang is in a small town next to them. The three of them actually go for the country, and it is useful so that it revolves around the person who is from Bill's gang, and comes to Jack's mind a house like this sells heir to a garbage person. His name is Hector, and Jack is coming here for the sake of he asks about the man from Bill's gang. But Jack happens to find the same girl at home, the one I told you saw her being kidnapped. If you remember, in Beirut, Jack sits with her and knows that her name is Sue and Bessel Jack Sue. Now, how did she come here? So you know that someone kidnapped her and sold her to Hector. So it's very difficult. He attacked Jack and decided that he would run her away with all his might. He simply takes it and walks. But before he walks, Hector comes to him, and they know that the matter is not simply put, and without any introduction. Hector prefers he hits Jack and Sue and is very strong, but despite this, Jack can hit him and answer iron, and Hector hit him on the head with it. So he sold it on the ground, unconscious and cutting off the soul. So quickly, Jack takes advantage of the opportunity, takes Sue, and runs away. They go to Jones, and he gets water like this. Jones is upset. Very much so. Jack brought Sue with them. But Jack knew that Sue will be with them only until they meet the train, and they will leave there so that she can return to her country. Jones agreed normally and then stopped. She knows the bad of everyone. She knows the house of the person who they are looking for him, who is from Bill's gang. You are actually taking it from the market now to this person's house, and the one whose name is Fatih wakes up as soon as Fatih wakes up. From sleep, he finds Jones. Jack and Sue Eustace in his face always controls him, and they ask about him Bill's place, but Fatih refuses to tell them. Of course, Johnzone decides to use the hard way. He brings a nail like this and puts it in a specific place, and Fatih will not be useful, meaning we will mention him as a source of feeling. The others and Jonesy starts to fall this nail. Fatih is tortured. But despite all this, Fatih is not. He tells them about M. Campbell and that they are going around the house. Fatih hopes that they will find something that will reach them on Apple until they find a paper like this in it announcement of the prize that anyone who receives will receive on Bill, and this prize is just $1,000, but in his case, it means that she received Aisha and $300 in the event that she was received murdered, meaning from the other amount is much less than $10,000. Those who were all greedy for it, and based on it, Jones decides that he will not continue on the mission. He simply takes Eustace and they leave. Jack and Sue stayed. So he stayed with Fatih, and they stayed. They asked him where Bill was. So they sold Fatih that everyone, those who know about Bill, that she will take her gang. Otherwise, he would go to a place called the office. The merchant thanks Jack and takes Sue, and they leave after a while. Jack and Sue went to Jones Eustace. Jack Jones knows he wants to work with him. A new agreement, and the agreement in short. It helps him. Lola takes him, and in return, he takes his grandfather's land. All at this moment. Of course, Jones agrees. He comes back again to work with Jack Alley. On the other hand, we see that Lola is running away from Bill and her gang. While she was running away, they could Simon and Malky deliver it to her. But they are not pesos. On the contrary, they sit with them, honored and respected to some extent. They will see where it will go, and so far it's not okay that Bill and her men are getting there. They kill Bill and her gang, Simon, and take Lola and walk again. But what happened to you was he was hiding, so Bill couldn't find him again. One day they will go to Jones, and everyone will go to his bar so close to the curry office, because Jones doubts that Bill will enter these bars, and they will prefer Jack and everyone. There they are waiting outside his bars. But Jones, he is alone in his hand. And when he enters, he meets Bill and her gang. But Jones doesn't do anything to them. Rather, he is sure that if it were not for them, he would have made it nice. So Lola also knows that he followed Jack, and that they came here to save her, by the way. Bill and her gang will take Lola and walk away. Her painting takes Jack out to Jones and Yas, and they read that they track him down. But the problem here is that they don't. They go to the market and find my owner, proving it. But my owner doesn't do anything to them, on the contrary. He knows them. Bill killed his brother, and now he wants to. He helps them kill Bill. So they think Jones and everyone in the end. He includes my owners with them, and they move on. All 5 of them are like this, with the teacher tying them in their path. Behind Bill is her gang. On the occasion of Bill, we see that Bill and Reha attacks a church for no reason. She and her gang enter this church, including her father, and he burns them all. After a while, they keep counting Gonzo and whoever is with her in the same church. They found her destroyed and completely burned. He accepts the idea there. The story of the church in Bis Alwa about the place of Bill F. He knows them the way Bill walked, so it's clear they walk on this path until they reach it. The house inside this house is Bill and Lola, and the Jones gang and the Corps now prefer they watch this house from far away until they find the right moment to attack. But the problem is that my owner is now seeing one of the Bill's gang, and this is not anyone's. No, he will be one of those who were hit by his brother Simon. They killed him. So Maleki got angry and went to this man. He hits him. But the man is the one who hits him and prefers he becomes blind in it, and in the end kills it. And all of this is on. The idea is that Jones and Yas don't want to work something to hide them, so they don't just get exposed. The problem is that Sue is killing you and shooting the man with patience. The man who was injured keeps crawling until he enters the house where Bill and everyone are. They know what happened, and then it starts. Now Bill's men are shooting Jack Jones and Sue Eustace. But that doesn't matter to anyone. Jones Eustace approaches the house, and they keep hitting fire for those in it, and those in it will be struck. And fire. They have to fight the streets in every sense of the word, in the middle of everything. What's happening takes Bill Lola, and she runs away to the forest, and the battle continues now. To some extent, Jones Eustace and Jack can finish everything Bill's men are at this time. Jack is going to the forest behind Bill, Lola. Justice and Jones go to a safe place. Jones prepares his sniper there so that, Bill hunts from afar when he sees her. Then Eustace now sees one of his men. Bill in Beirut is behind him, and they keep fighting together. A very strong battle. Even though Eustace outperforms, this man can kill him because he is injured. Serious injuries, but that's not what's important. What's important is that Bill can reach Lola and then Bill, you hit 2 shots and they fall to the ground, and it happens. You will hit the last shot that kills him. But she discovers that her weapon is pure. So she quickly takes advantage of Lola. The opportunity keeps hitting her while she is crying. Because of everything she saw at Bill's hands, until she responds to her strength and distances herself from her again, and you hit her and bring a knife, and you kill her. But before you do that, Jones he sees from afar and finds it difficult for her and hits her. Just 1 shot. That shot was enough. Get rid of her and her crimes forever and die. Finally, after Lyle died, we got rid of her shelf. She focuses on him with her brother Jack and goes to him and finds you. Jack dies in his sister's arms in a sad scene. In the meantime, Jones prefers to turn around Eustace until he finds him and becomes Eustace. An idea comes to mind. So Jones sells his lifelong friend. Sadly, Eustace dies quietly after being singled out. Tonight they will go to Jones. If it weren't for the center, the police, to take Bill's award, and here he discovers that the prize is actually $10,000, not just $300, like what he saw at Fatih's. Jones decides to take the money, and that's it. Lola decided to go to her grandfather's land to live. But before she leaves, Lola asks Jones. He comes to live with her because after her brother's death, she has no limit left, so Lola withdraws from Jones. And indeed, he goes with her to her grandfather's land and lives with Maha. There they are all working to live happy days, compensate them for everything that happened, and for the people who they lost it, and the movie ends. That's it. Peace.